Crosby from the corner, twisting and turning inside out. Beautiful move, trying to get to Son. He holds, he shoots, he scores! Absolutely!
The pitch, high fly ball center field. It's hit pretty well toward the wall.
Roethlisberger gives him a lot of room here. Juju Smith-Schuster off to the races inside the 30, the 20, the 10.
Hello to all of our Pittsburgh Sportsline fans and friends. Welcome to another live Pittsburgh Sportsline in the BPTV studio right here in the Municipal Building at 5100 West Library Avenue. Thank you for watching us only on Comcast 7 in Bethel Park, on Verizon 32 in Bethel Park and the greater Pittsburgh area from Nemacolin to Cranberry, Wexford, and all points in between. Facebook changed the like factor, so we only have 6,980 likes. Before we left,
It's a little less than that.
oh, it's less than that.
We're at 6,800, yeah.
6,800, sorry. We were at 6,984 on Saturday night, and they changed it. So now you must follow us. And will it go up, Nick?
Yeah, if you follow us, just check. And if you liked it, automatically followed. But some people didn't want to follow our page, so shame
No,
on
there was
them.
about 70 people less
Yeah.
that didn't like the page.
No, they liked it, but they didn't follow it. If that makes sense. Because if you don't get notifications if you don't follow.
Okay.
Anyway,
Yeah, something like that.
Just check your Facebook, go to Pittsburgh Sportsline, and see if you're following our page. If you're not, click that follow button.
And that's important to us because we appreciate all of you. Nick's trying to get me hooked up on the Facebook Live, so if you're on there, I don't know who you are right now. So we appreciate all of you. In case you didn't know, I'm Alan Levine, the Talking Machine. We got Smoking Jim Frazier. He has a new hat that he bought for $5. We don't know what team it is. It looks like a bull. Chip Hayner, wish him happy birthday. And Nick Callis is here. We have a special friend. It's our friend Chip Hayner's wife, Stephanie. Woo! And she's here sitting on our sofa out there.
Our palatial lounge.
Yeah, and watching our 60-inch big screen TV. She brought in forks and a knife because guess what? Smoking Jim heard. Oh, I don't even know how to do this. He heard that Chip Hayner likes key lime pie, and somehow with his brother Walk, the pie shifted 4 inches, towards the left. So it's all here in the left. Chip, if you can hand me some plates. And can we bring Stephanie in to get a slice of this now?
You know what? It's up to her.
Yeah, hand me a few more plates, and I'll try to. I'll try to cut.
You know what? I'll bring it to her.
Okay. Well, I'll try to get the good stuff.
Try to get it right, and I will bring it to her.
This is going to be
I know
crazy.
She doesn't want to sit there and watch me eat key lime pie. She doesn't get a piece.
Whoa, look at this nightmare.
That ain't bad.
It's
I
a
started to bring
nightmare.
a spatula.
Well, at least I brought
You don't even have a spatula. Chip, my happy birthday.
I'm going to pass on that right now, so you don't have to cut me any.
Well, I'll put it on a plate that you
There's
have.
too much whipped cream on that. Not a good idea to eat right now.
I'll scrape it off.
Yeah. No, I want to eat it, just not now.
Buddy,
I'll-
I'm getting other people.
Oh, I thought you said you were going to scrape off the whipped cream for me.
That was just a comment.
Oh, okay. Well,
You
Message
can
rec-
relax.
message received, Mr. Levine.
You're so welcome. Oh, my goodness. Chip,
You doing good though, Michelle.
no, you don't know how hard this is. It's like Jell-O. It just shifted
You
on
think it
the-
melted a little bit?
Smoking, it moved 4 inches. Imagine your pie at home. Sorry, folks. We do have sports to talk about. There's a lot that's happened. And Chip, I tried to get
Well,
you
he got a
some
whole
of the.
nother pie in there, so he's all right.
Stephanie gonna put that in the fridge. It'll be good for tomorrow morning.
That's yours. And then we need a couple more plates. I'll need one too. And Smoking, I'll try to get you a nice size one too.
We gotta get Josh.
Josh, do you want a piece of
want
pie?
a piece, right, Josh?
Wait, hey,
Josh said he's good.
We know you're good. We just want to know if you want some pie.
like, take a picture.
Oh my goodness. Sorry folks, this is live TV. There, I got the crust out for Smoking.
I tell you what.
Now I got to shovel
Oh, that
all
does
the
look wonderful.
key lime.
Just looking at Chip, I can see it's good. I can see it's good.
You don't know how hard it is not to eat this.
Save some for Nick.
Nick doesn't want any.
Well, after the show.
How many times we can argue about it? You fed right into what Smoking Jim's teasing you.
I'm so
Why do you think that,
I'm confused.
why do you think that they think we script this? He keeps repeating something to get somebody aggravated, and then it works.
Were you trying to make me mad?
Yeah, it works.
No, never.
You fell for it. Here, Chip, I hate to interrupt you. All right, I'm going to get my piece.
Oh, this is good.
He didn't even try it yet.
Oh, that's enough of that.
Ooh, that white whipped cream.
Oh, my.
Good.
Yeah, you can do it. All right, let me try to scoop mine up. I just want to lift the thing up because it's like everywhere in here. And Nick, you can handle this after the show
Thank you.
when you can eat it.
Yes, sir.
Boy, when you go to a bakery in Monroeville.
Hey, you've liked those Bethel Bakery cakes that I got.
Italian bakery in Monroeville.
Yeah, yeah. Me and Chip are both half Italian.
Which side? Which side,
My
Smoking?
niece Kimmy's side.
You don't look anything like her. She was beautiful.
Oh, my goodness.
This keeps falling apart. Let me try to scrape some up there.
Should have just grabbed 4 spoons and gone at it.
Yeah, we would have had a better battle. I'm trying to put it up in there. Well,
You wouldn't have had to worry about getting stabbed in the hand.
no. Here, put that to your end.
Box.
Yes, sorry. Hey, what are we talking about here?
Okay, pie.
I need a napkin,
I
please.
didn't get a piece of fruit on mine. I didn't get a lime.
There was a lime.
No,
Here,
I'm
it's
good, I'm
chewed.
good, I'm
No, wait,
good.
yeah, well, if he wants the green,
Yes. That is delicious.
he's
You
got
don't-
to see Levine.
You don't even eat fruit. Oh, I got the cherry was buried.
Wow.
Thanks, Smoking. What's the name of this place? It's delicious.
Moyos.
Yep.
I've heard of them.
Yep. You heard me pronounce that just like that.
No, I did not.
Jeez.
They've been around for years. They're famous.
Yeah, just like he pronounced Palomalu.
All right, I better. We'll save those plates. All right, I got some promos. We'll bring Josh in. He's doing the control room. He's been here 1 month. He did the control room, sound, audio, you name it. And we're going to need him on the camera.
If he ever leaves and let her break.
Oh, I got to stop chewing. Look at that close up by Josh out of the control room. Olive Oil's Pizzeria. They're at Hillcrest Shopping Center. Give them a call at 412-831-1900. Frank wasn't there, but his crew made this. Rico, the Puerto Rican, made our pizza and hoagie. He's been doing that each time, Smoking Jim. And somehow Smoking Jim eats that pizza like there's no tomorrow. Just to ask Jim Ellenbogen. He goes, does Smoking Jim talk at any time during his pizza? No. Smoking Jim, thank you for the key lime pie
You're welcome.
for Chip. It's delicious. I did almost choke on a lime that was hidden because with his brother Walk that he brags about, the pie shifted almost 5 inches. And imagine key lime pie going all to the left. But Olive Oil's Pizzeria has great pizza. We get an XL pizza and a steak hoagie cut in 6 slices. Delicious. They have other Italian food, pasta, salads, you name it, meatballs, wings, all kind of great things. Give them a call. Check them out. And we appreciate them each week. All right. We're going to test Josh's skills. Look at that nice shirt I got on. Miami colors. Whoop. Sorry about that, Josh. This is the honor of his brother. Joey Fabus passed away 8 years ago, right before his 9th birthday. Dreaded brain cancer, DIPG, that's the name of the brain cancer. The family started the Joey Fabus Childhood Cancer Foundation and has raised over $100,000. So they're trying to find a cure. Dr. Gary at Children's Hospital said they're on the right path towards finding a cure for DIPG. Their biggest event is coming up at 9 a.m. on September 18th. So check that out. And you can be a superhero in 5K 1 mile run walk to beat DIPG. $25 for the adults to get in, younger for the children, so family can come out. I'll be there interviewing them like I have each year, and it's a fun day. And usually with this rain hitting us this last weekend, it won't be there that day. They usually have good weather. All right. We'll see what Josh does here. I won't take a bite this time. That key lime pie is delicious, Smoking Jim. You did your best.
Thank you, sir.
All right, look at that. Bethel Park Historical Society Schoolhouse Arts and History Center, 2600 South Park Road, red and white trolley right outside, 1905 schoolhouse, the original schoolhouse there. They have inside uniforms, military uniforms. They have a library. They have all the yearbooks from the high school classes. They have an auditorium named after the Bethel Park Community Foundation. I'm a trustee. It's upstairs. They have parties, events, reunions, you name it. They've had people up there, and you can find out how it's rented out. They also have an artist there. They have a dance studio. They have my tea place, which is Reginald's Coffee. Hundreds of people literally have told me that Reginald's Coffee, it's roasted right there. They have a roaster, Worldwide Beans. It's better than Starbucks and anybody else like Dunkin' Donuts in Bethel Park. So check them out. Go there. Tell Julie and Matt that Al Levine, the Talking Machine, recommended them A+. So check it out. All right, we got another young man, Bennett. Always Be Smiling. His family named it. The B is Bennett. He was 16 and a half years old, a handicapped child, had 2 kidney transplants. His dad was the second transplant and a living donor like my son. And by the way, the 13th of this month is my 3-year anniversary, and I'm doing great. Tomorrow I get my 3-year anniversary with my surgeon, Dr. Tivar, and looking for everything positive there. And just truly blessed that my son, my hero, if he's watching, shout out to Drew. Sometimes he tunes in. He said the week before there was no sound, so he didn't want to just see us hee-hawing. And we do that a few times. But check out Always Be Smiling. They had 800 likes. They asked me to help boost them up to 1,000 on his 1-year anniversary last year. We've got to 1,200 now. Thanks to all of you that like the page, and they're continuing to like it because I sent out to all my friends, 4,745. I'm 200 below Smoking Jim because I have 698 friend requests that I haven't accepted. So, Smoking Jim, can you add 700 to 4,700? What I would have?
You would be past me. Then.
Okay, just checking. You heard a concession. But back to always be
That's that
smiling.
new math they teach at Gateway.
Yeah. 1 plus everything doesn't add up. So
Everybody that requests me, I friends them.
I don't. That's why you've been scammed a few times. But Always Be Smiling does events on the Montour Trail, does different events in Upper St. Clair in the South area. Kristen and Dean are the parents, and they're honored to be able to help other kidney families and children getting kidney transplants. So check them out. Keep liking their page. All right, have an update on our next flyer. I finally got a hold of Kathleen. Wait till you hear the update. She got diagnosed with lung cancer 6 months ago. And she worked in pharmaceutical sales in different industrial places, so she was exposed to toxic things. They got the cancer early and they cut it all out. And the bad thing about it is they got to put her kidney transplant on hold for 4 years. How about what a small world it is? You know, I know lots of people. Well, her surgeon is Dr. Tivar. So I talked to her for about a half an hour. She said, tell Dr. Tivar I said hello. And he said he can't do the surgery because of anti-remission drugs could cause her cancer to come back, even though she's cancer-free. That's how people don't realize I look good, feel good, but my immune system's getting destroyed daily by anti-remission drugs. And the reason being is I have no rejection of my son's kidney. So that's why I'm able to stay alive. Simple as that. So she has to delay it. So she's not sure if her donor will be able to wait that long to donate a kidney, because that's such a great thing to do. But life does get in the way of some things. So she said, you don't have to keep posting that each week. And I told her we've been praying, I've been praying for her, and she thanks all of us for that. And she'll keep in touch. And on the 12th of the month, yes, Smoking Jim, I'm buying her lunch at Atria's in Peters Township. I said, you can order whatever you want, Kathleen.
I'll pitch in.
No, you don't have to, buddy. Just your support means something. It's immense. All right, Josh, we'll see this. Only one more after this, so you've gone through it all, Josh. The control room seat is cold right now. Whoa. Look at that smiling face. Josh, that's great. That's my face smiling. Dave Cable likes to have a little fun at my expense. I'm on that famous character. I won't mention who just found out about him last year, but he's here with us. And I want you for BPTV. Tell them Uncle Al, the talking machine, wants you for BPTV like Josh, like Nick. Nobody else is here but Josh and Nick. So we could use some new volunteers. If you're in high school and you want to learn video and audio and produce your own shows like I'm doing, you can come at the studio and learn how to do it. Call 412-831-3304. You can be like Josh. 1 month after he started, Dave and Nick have taught him to run the whole show.
Wow.
Unbelievable. Wow. Great job, Josh. One more. We'll see how he does, folks. Whoop. There, I've got away from me. Wanted Bethel Park groups and organizations who need money. Bethel Park Community Foundation has grant money from $100 to $5,000 for your group to do better things and make our community better in Bethel Park. Go to bpcf.org. All of you know about the 3 W's beforehand, except the guy who had a Mac Pro for 8 months. He doesn't know what the www. It's about that.
He thought it was a Mac Daddy.
Yeah. Big Mac Daddy. Definitely. But get your application there and apply for your group to get money. We've given out over $1 million in 26 years. We meet once every 2 months. You can come visit and make your pitch, like being on the Shark Tank. on why you need money to help other Bethel Park people in Bethel Park. So thank you for all that. And let's see, I got all this paraphernalia here. Wait, I got to take, this is irresistible, Chip.
I'm telling you, man. You're welcome to the dark side.
I don't normally eat a lot of sweets, but I'm glad I did. Thank you, Smoking Jim, and great to have Chip's birthday here.
I'll try some pumpkin pie one day.
I'll bring you a slice once. I did last
Stephanie
year. I
makes an
gave.
awesome pumpkin pie. Oh yeah, she does.
What's on your mind, Smoking Jim Frazier?
Thanks, Al Levine, the talking machine. And if you want the green,
I'm not gonna give you the pie, but
No,
I'll
to throw the lime at you.
I was tempted.
and that Mr. Uncle Sam point that you do, Al Levine, the talking machine,
No.
that's what Gateway was doing when they beat Mount Lebanon 21-0. But anyhow,
I heard they
Hold
squeaked
it.
by Woodland Hills last week.
Yeah,
too.
Hold it, I gotta do a
21-0.
disclaimer. Smoking Jim always says he likes Bethel Park, but he talks so bad about us.
I didn't say that.
Bethel Park beat Mount Lebanon in overtime.
Did they? Congratulations.
Definitely. And
Congratulations.
Austin Kai had the winning touchdown.
Is that the quarterback?
He's a running back.
He's a running
Guess
back.
who he's related to?
Who?
Your friend who put you on the Hall of Fame.
Claudio?
Oh, man. He has CTE issues.
Oh, Kai.
Bill
Oh, Bill.
Kai.
Really?
That's his nephew.
Get out of here. I didn't know that.
Yes.
All right, I'm going to have to
If
check
he'd
out
have known
again.
that, he would have recruited him to Gateway.
Yeah, you ain't lying. But hey,
Bethel Park beat Mount Lebanon at home.
in overtime, guess what? They got to play Gateway.
No, they don't. They're not on the schedule because Bethel Park said they'd play him, and Gateway said, we don't want to go there. That's how
hey,
they operate.
Hey, I got to give another shout out to my homegirl, Stephanie. I tell you what, Chip and Stephanie, years ago, they was the only one on the planet that could find a black Barbie doll for me. One of the hardest things to find. You ever see a black Barbie doll? Nick?
Never.
They are so hard to find, brother. And I appreciate that
I
to
never
this
did.
day. I got to give a shout out to my main man, Al Levine, the talking machine. We shared ring announcer duties for the first time since White Collar Brawler when I forgot my suit. How can I leave the house without the suit? Al Levine, the talking machine.
That was,
It was hot that day.
now, I'll just share this. No disclaimer.
Wait, is it the same place as Ray Ray's white suit?
It's missing.
Not a disclaimer, but some people I call scammers because you guys might know the word. They do one thing and they hustle you for money or something. Well, he scammed me in front of a reality show and said, Machine, I don't have my suit here. I didn't know. And I'm like, you asked me to be on White Collar Brawlers. I had a suit and a tie.
Looking good.
Looked good, and for 12 hours, they took 3 minutes of it and used in a show. I was sweating so much that they had people come up and give me water, and, you know, I'm older, so I can talk about pee and stuff. I didn't pee once in 15 hours there, and I must have drank 8 or 9 bottles, 16-ounce bottles. They felt so bad. Ladies and guys were bringing them up. They go, here, drink this. And I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. The sweat was pouring.
Man, for you.
3 minutes of fame, huh?
But I'll
Yeah.
wrap this up with this. Just wanted to give a shout out. We did professional boxing out Moundsville Prison in
on it?
West Virginia. And I want to shout out to my nephews that came out to support, Malachi and Gavin. And my niece, Kimmy, was there. So we get a shout out
How
to my
about one of the
family.
few times I've met now about 1,000 of his relatives? And they're supposedly related to him. He said his cousin was one of the greatest athletes.
people there were from me.
And he said his cousin was is their dad, and was one of the greatest
Well,
athletes.
their dad was my nephew. They're my great nephews.
Yeah, so I'm not sure how they're even related, so I needed him to explain that.
He tried to explain it during the match, and that went pretty well.
It went-
Yeah, he remembered. There we go.
Yeah, and Kimmy gave me some compliments, and then she goes, I can't really believe you're working with Smokin' Jim. And I said, thank you for your compliment. All right, we'll go to Chip Hayner. What's on your mind?
Well, thank you, Alan, and big thank you to my lovely wife for coming and
It's hard to see.
staying in the studio and watching our nonsense for this evening. Thank you,
Oh,
Stephanie.
I can see some.
But what's
Bring it
on
down
my
to the
mind
desk.
is the reinstitution of the backyard brawl.
Yes, sir.
Last Thursday
sir.
night, it was an example of everything that is right in college football. Believe it or not, the biggest crowd ever
At a Pittsburgh sporting event.
at that stadium on the North Shore.
I'll say at Acrisure,
Whatever.
otherwise known as Heinz Field.
Well, you know, whatever. But it was a great night for Pittsburgh sports. It's a great night for the University of Pittsburgh, even though they played an inferior team and played horribly, and somehow managed to pull out a victory. So
Good
kudos to the University of Pittsburgh. The one disturbing thing about Thursday night was there was another game played out, the University of Purdue, that outdrew the backyard brawl on television ratings. There was 3.1 million viewers for the Pitt, West Virginia game, and the Penn State Purdue game had 3.5 million.
Oh, I didn't
But
know
that's
that.
the difference between a game being played on cable TV and a game being played on network TV. See, it's the little sister playing against the big brother, or whatever, however you want to look at that. But it was a great few days leading up to the game. Great event the day of the game. There was no incidents of violence.
Yeah.
There was no,
No problem.
there was the rivalry. The 105th time, Pitt has now won 61 of them.
Right.
There will be 7 more games. They're going to play 3 more. They're going to
Then a
take a
break.
hiatus for a couple of years, and then they'll play 4 more. Why anybody would think that Pitt and West Virginia should not play every season needs to have their head examined. It was a great night for both universities, and I can't wait to see it renew itself in Morgantown next year.
Yeah, I'm with you.
That's what's on my mind.
Thank you, Chip. All right, we got some people watching. Amy said, hello, guys. Happy birthday, Chip. She's on vacation again in Pymatuming. Oh, that's moving away from me.
No, that's not very good.
Yeah, but now you just swipe left to reveal. Okay. As I was swiping, you
So,
did it.
Nicholas, what's on your mind?
No, wait. Let me give a shout out. Swipe left. Okay. Chief said, happy birthday, Chipper.
Thanks, Chief.
Tony from Chick-fil-A said, happy birthday, Chip.
Thank you.
Little older, but still more wiser than your co-host, Smokin' Jim. And then since Smokin' Jim's known for LOL, he said LOL.
Nice.
So thank you for that, Tony. All right. Let's see what we lost something here. Oh, Stephanie Hayner. Jim, thanks for the best pie ever. Smiley face.
Yeah, thank you, Steph.
Wonder where she could be
Best
right
pie
now.
ever.
Stephanie's right in our waiting room. And Chief goes, love Chip and Steph. Chief goes again, he's on a roll. The Brawl and Bucko Hall of Fame was awesome. Great week for sports. Pete Kasich, who didn't show up at Bill's cookout, neither did Smokin' Jim. He said,
Almost made it.
wait, let's see.
Shocked.
Yeah.
Shocked.
No shock.
He made it to Penn Hills. His car turned around.
Yeah, after your
Nice.
Monzville boxing show was over, who were the other shadow people fighting? We didn't stay to see, Pete. That simple as that. This is a struggle here. Amy noticed that Nick is back.
Thank you. Hi.
And Jim Ellenbogen has some wisdom. Conference teams usually get bigger audiences as other schools watch to see the rivals. Happy birthday, Chip,
Thank you, sir.
from the Wild Caught Guy.
Nice.
Purdue
You
ain't
got to
no
put
rival.
that in. All right. Yeah, but conference.
Yeah, Purdue ain't no rival.
What's on your mind, Nick?
Well, I'm mad at Facebook because of all the nonsense that's going on, and they lost our stream key too. So now, if you're watching on Facebook, you're watching a unique view. You can see the ceiling for the first time, I think, ever. So that's kind of cool. Also, spoke of my
Cool for you, but not me. Look at the view I got here.
The comments are hard to read in
Yeah.
this view, but it's okay.
I'm struggling. Remember, I've never been this old. I'm older than Chip. I'm struggling.
I love when you say that.
Thank you.
But
I'll say it again.
spoke of my sister's on a plane.
Autograph picture? She get an autograph
Nope,
picture
she's on a
for
plane
me?
right now. She might be watching, but she's getting on a flight. Sorry. I know you said last year you wanted her autograph.
Autograph picture.
She
yeah.
forgot to do it, though. She forgot.
But
That's
how do you
tough.
do a 6-minute segment and he didn't know who she was?
Did you? Yeah. If you didn't see it, he was like last year. He was like, "Hey, her name must be Bella. That means beautiful in Italian." So I thought when I did the trick last week where I brought her on and. Yeah, she. I
guess what?
introduced her as Bella.
Yeah.
He didn't have a clue. He did not have a clue who she was. I thought that was hilarious. But yeah, sorry, she's gone. No autograph for you. But
Nick, so did I.
yeah, what? Yeah,
Because I said he didn't know her name.
yeah. You remember her name now?
No.
That's tough. Well, that shows you. what's in
It's
his
not Bella.
I wanna be in your head for a day.
No, you don't.
Maybe
You'll never
not
get
with all
out.
the concussions, but just the aftermath.
That's almost as
So-
frightening as being in Mike Judge's head. You know who Mike Judge is, right?
well, yeah.
Aaron Judge.
No.
But yeah.
Beavis
But
and Butts.
speaking of Aaron Judge, that's what's on my mind. We got good news. Aaron Judge is doing something, and he's on a trajectory that no other Yankee has done. That's not his stance. That's Joe Morgan. And he was left-handed, so you're doing it just wrong. But
No, he's so far off.
good thing about this is that Judge is now on pace to pass Roger Maris, which some might now argue that Aaron Judge will be the single-season home run king because no evidence of him using steroids, which is a good thing because that now shows that the most home runs in a single season, the top 3, if you count the 2 steroid users, and Sammy Sosa, I guess he went over 60. So 4 were people from 1990 or later. And Aaron Judge is playing baseball right now, which means that the single-season home run king will be from this generation. It won't be Babe Ruth from the 20s or any of those people that played in the 60s. It'll be Aaron Judge. I think he's going to do it, and that makes me happy. And that also made me think, too, about, like, of all the players that have played in Yankees history, Derek Jeter has the most franchise hits, 6th all-time on the list, and Aaron Judge is now going to be among the top 4 should he, something unexpected happen. He should get there, and he's on pace for, like, 64, which means that he'll be in the top 4 all-time of single-season home run leaders. And he plays now, and that's the only
And that
point I
was
wanted to make.
before Sammy Sosa became white.
No,
But I'm excited because we got a record breaker from like literally the modern era right now, and that makes me happy. Plus, I'm a Yankees fan, and I really like him. He's a nice guy. I hope he does it, and I think it's a great story too for him because he bet on himself. He didn't take the contract, and now he's probably going to get paid even more because he bet on himself, and I think that's a great story. I love when players are able to bet on themselves and then.
Can I interject another player?
Yeah, go ahead.
This is football. Anybody hear of Lamar? He could have signed over a year ago for $60 million.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's it up to now?
Well, yeah, with like I talked about before, with Deshaun Watson signing for a boatload of money, that killed the quarterback
It's over
market.
250 then.
Yeah, he's
maybe.
going to make a lot of money.
Interestingly enough, with the Kyle Murray contract, the amount of guaranteed money is going down. Look what Russell Wilson signed for.
Would you
Yeah.
say Murray or Watson?
Kyler
No, he
Murray.
said Kyler
Kyler
Murray.
No, I'm
Murray.
talking about-
Kyler Murray got less guaranteed money than Deshaun Watson.
Well, yeah.
And Russell Wilson signed for significantly less money, guaranteed money, than Kyler Murray did.
It's still a big contract, and Deshaun Watson and the Browns helped shape that, which is terrible. So,
Well, you know,
That I'm not
Kyler
a
Murray.
big
You know, Kyler Murray was at the backyard brawl. He was there
He was
with
with
James
James Conner.
Conner. Yeah, a lot
Yes,
of
he
people
was.
didn't
Yes,
know
he
that.
was.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
so
That's why there was no shenanigans.
And in conclusion, I got some Steelers to talk about on the opinion segment because
What segment's that?
VIP time.
Okay, I wasn't
Because
sure.
I'm important apparently, so that's good. All right, that's all I like.
Are you done?
Yeah, I'm done. Here you go.
What time do we got here? What's it look like on our timer?
7:37.
Okay, thanks, Jim. He's a little slow on the uptake.
Yeah, you
He's
know,
just happy about Aaron Judge.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to make things right.
And we never did the.
Yeah, I'll
up
keep
there.
you. I'll keep you updated.
Lot of stress in this job. I'm honored to be doing it this long. Ran into a fan of ours at Olive Oil's Pizzeria, an older gentleman. We were talking about baseball and football, and he asked me, "What about the Rev 'em Up for Kids?"
Wow.
It got canceled for Sunday, so it'll be rescheduled from what I heard. We'll have to see because that's their biggest fundraiser for the recreation department. Shout out to my buddy Jim Gaskeb and his brother Vince. They've both been behind this and raised tons of money here, and over 300, 400 classic cars are there. It's a car cruise, fundraiser, vendors, everything, a fun day. I usually do interviews. I wear out my volunteers. Last year's volunteers that spent 4 hours with me, they're no longer with us.
R.I.P.
A2 and Ryan, they've retired. So they couldn't make it for the new Rev 'em Up. I think I intimidated them. So, oh well.
I think
They did great.
Ryan's just being an easy rider.
Well, A2 got his vet. He's cruising on by. His car might be there. And one little footnote on the cruise is his grandfather had a car there that we put in the video. So how cool was that for me to interview his grandfather? So we did that. Okay, what's on my mind is Steelers. Because, you know, I believe black and gold. And the standard is the standard. And the guy that started that, they put out a strange list that's made Smokin' Jim so happy. It had Mitch Trubisky, and it had, what's the quarterback that was here last year?
Mason Rudolph.
They put him in second. Then they put Kenny Pickett third. Well, you know he has to have his Tuesday meeting with the media. Smokin' Jim used to be with the media. Now he's stuck with our TV media. We appreciate him. And he's not a fan of Tomlin officially. Unofficially, they're best buds, and his wife too. And he talks bad about him all the time. And I said he's arrogant.
Yep.
So guess what he changed? The quarterback ratings. Now it's Mitch Trubisky number 1, Kenny Pickett number 2 for all the fans, and poor Mason Rudolph, he's like chopped liver. Nobody likes him. So that's what happened, and he still did not announce for the game who's the starting quarterback, and he played this arrogant game with the Pittsburgh media, and they still like sucking up to him the whole time. Well, I'm not in that group, and we all know it's Trubisky, like I said last week. He played the end of the first half of the final game, had a 2-minute running drive that got a touchdown. How could you put anybody else there? And by the way, all 3 quarterbacks did what they normally do, and they were competent. And should Kenny Pickett be there in number 2? I disagree. I think there'll be time for him. Let Trubisky, if he stays alive with that offensive line, for 6 to 10 games, and we'll see what our record is. Maybe if it's 4-6 or something, then they could put Kenny Pickett in and give him a little baptismal. Because when you're in the NFL, imagine playing a rookie quarterback against Belichick. Do you want that? All you Kenny Pickett lovers, do you want that, him against Belichick? No. So we're going to move on. 10 seconds. Fiction and Fact with Smokin' Jim's Almanac.
Sorry, my main man, Nick. But I tell you what, I took a lot of heat
741.
when I said that the boxing today
Nice
is better
move.
in the heavyweight division than it has been ever. This is the only time we're truly world championships. Listen, Andy Ruiz beat Luis Ortiz. Andy Ruiz is the only Mexican heavyweight champion of the world ever. Luis Ortiz is from Cuba. The Klitschko brothers was from Russia. We got Tyson Fury, that's a gypsy, and we got black fighters right now, and we got fighters from all over the world. This is the greatest time to watch the heavyweight division. And that's fiction and fact from Smoking Jim's Almanac.
Thank you for being short and sweet, Smoking Jim. Now we're going to do Chip Hayner and trivia time, 10 seconds.
Welcome back, everybody. And it's trivia time. And my trivia is going to touch on an event I witnessed on Saturday night. Another portion of our great sports weekend was the induction of the Pirates' first inaugural class of their Hall of Fame. And it really was a moving ceremony. I really enjoyed it. There was 3 living members that were there. I
Nice.
believe that the Pirates should have inducted more living members.
Put me in that club, too.
So, Vernon Law, the Deacon,
Yes.
Dick Groth, the 1960 MVP, and as well as Elroy Face.
Yes.
The probably the greatest reliever in Pirates history. 1 year as a reliever, he had a 19-1 record, which is phenomenal. But one of the highlights of the evening, and this is going to lead me into the rest of my trivia time, was Dave Parker, who is suffering from Parkinson's disease, and it's kind of heartbreaking to see the man Dave Parker was when he was most valuable player of the National League in 1978, and when he roamed right field for the Pittsburgh Pirates in the late 70s. To see the way he is now, it's heartbreaking. Parkinson's is just a terrible, horrible disease. But they handed Dave Parker the microphone, and Dave Parker came up with a classic Dave Parker line. He said, "When I woke up this morning, I knew 3 things that was going to happen." He said the sun was going to shine, the wind was going to blow, and Big Dave was going to go 4 for 4.
I like that.
And that it is in typical Dave Parker fashion, which leads me to Dave Parker's career and should he be in the Hall of Fame?
Yes, sir.
And there are a lot of people that believe that he should be. I
Al
think some
Oliver.
of the things that happened outside of baseball have tainted people's opinion about Dave Parker.
Yeah.
But looking at what he did on the field, I believe that he's one of 2 Pirates from the 70s that have been excluded from the Hall of Fame that should be in there. I'll talk about the other one shortly afterwards. But Dave Parker, nicknamed the Cobra, played from 1973 to 1991, a 7-time All-Star. Parker won 2 National League batting titles, was the 1978 National League Most Valuable Player, was a member of 2 World Series championship teams with the 79 Pirates and the 89 Oakland A's. Lifetime average, 290. Career hits, 2,712. Home runs, 339. Runs batted in, 1,493. Some of his career accomplishments: 7-time All-Star, 1977, 79 through 81, 85, 86, and 1990. 2 times World Series champion, National League MVP in 1978. 3 times won a Gold Glove. 3 times Silver Slugger Award. 2-time National League batting champion, and a National League RBI leader in 1985. He has also been elected into the Cincinnati Reds Hall of Fame, but that's not saying a lot. I mean, they elected Pete Rose into their Hall of Fame. Parker was the 2nd professional athlete to earn an average of $1 million per year,
I thought he was first.
having signed a 5-year, $5 million contract in 1979. This is according to his Wikipedia page.
Oh, that's wrong.
Okay, Parker,
It's
so
his page.
but that was one of the things that rubbed people the wrong way about Dave Parker. Dave Parker was a very outspoken gentleman, and he let people know that he was great. He had no trouble tooting his own horn, and that rubbed the blue-collar working class of
And
Pittsburgh
others.
the wrong way, because whether anybody wants
Chip,
to believe
I
it
have
or
one-
not,
I have one
racism
question.
existed then, and it still exists now.
Yeah, but I have one question. Where did they get all the batteries to throw at him?
There's no
That's
cause.
so sad.
There's no cause for anybody at any sporting event to throw anything at a professional
But
athlete.
batteries.
It doesn't matter. They could have thrown balled up pieces of paper. It was wrong and it should have never
No,
happened.
no, I'm not condoning it.
Yes, but
I'm the opposite.
you know, but looking at Dave Parker on Saturday kind of softened my heart a little bit. You know, I know he was very much involved in the drug trials in Pittsburgh in the early '80s, almost causing the Pirates to have to
Shut down.
and move out of town. Some people still going to hold that against him, but looking at him on Saturday on the field, and I tell you what, you know, they gave Bill Mazeroski, they gave Steve Blass, and they gave Dave Parker a ball, each of them to throw to a Pirate at
the same
starting
time.
pitch, and it was so heartbreaking to watch
Dave Parker
bounce it. You know, the guy had one of the strongest arms I have seen, probably second only to Clemente's in right field. But, you know, that's how debilitating Parkinson's is. But there you go. That's my trivia for this week. I hope you enjoyed. Yes, sir.
Tomorrow, I'm interviewing Dave Parker, and he wants to talk about his book, and he wants to talk boxing. Can you believe it? So I'm looking forward
Ask
to it.
him what three things were going to happen when he woke up.
Yeah. But you know he came up as a catcher.
And I want to tell you something. When he said that on Saturday night, I almost fell out of my chair. I was laughing out
4 for
loud.
4.
It was hilarious.
No,
Big
that-
Dave's going to go 4 for 4.
No, that's great stuff, Chip.
I think
yeah.
the people in Pittsburgh just didn't like his earring at the time. He's one of the first guys
No,
to wear
you know what I think it was? He was a large black man that did what he said he
I
could
never
do.
seen racism. I never
Well,
seen-
you're oblivious to people that are scammers and other type of things. So when you say that, yeah. So I got to just tell you, when you're oblivious to stuff like that, and anybody that's lived in Pittsburgh, I was born in the Hill District. I got some roots. I got roots to the Hill District. I've earned the right to say that.
Killing me today.
I've seen it.
Pirates right now are up 3-0 on the Mets. Castro
Nice.
hit a home run, 2 runs.
Nice.
On pace for 100 losses.
All right, let's go to VIP.
All right, I got an opinion. Fun things happened today with the Steelers because they did something really stupid, and it kind of makes me mad. So
Did I mention that?
You did, but I'm going to elaborate a little further because Jason Mackey's doing a part-time show now here and there on the Fan, and he was hosting yesterday, and he and I got into a conversation on the air about this because when they put Mason Rudolph as the number 2 quarterback, I actually made an argument for why that makes sense.
Yes, sir.
And that made me feel stupid. And then the fact that I said in my headlines every 20 minutes that I made mention that Trubisky was going to be the starting quarterback week 1. And now that might not be true, which means I lied because of their stupidity. So I can't apologize there now, but if anybody out there is listening, I'm sorry for giving you some misinformation because who knew what the heck was going to happen? So
Tomlin knew.
I guess he did. And did they do this on purpose?
Tomlin did.
Maybe.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's
Absolutely.
crazy. But listen, here, and I made an argument. I said this.
He's messing with the media.
I said that
They don't care.
Mason Rudolph being the number 2 quarterback made sense. And Jason was trying to argue that maybe Mason Rudolph got a raw deal and having him on the team as an insurance policy is not fair to him. And I said, well, if he's the backup quarterback, it's not necessarily unfair to him. Now he's backing up Trubisky, and you've got I'm not going to call them elite right now, but like you've got two established quarterbacks and one quarterback with a lot of potential on the team that you could cycle through and experiment with this year. I thought it was genius. And I said, maybe it's not forever. I'd say around week 4, maybe they slide Pickett into number 2 if Rudolph doesn't do anything.
Too early.
Whatever the case may be, I made that
Too
argument.
early.
I made that argument.
Too early.
And, I said, okay, it makes sense for all 3 of them to be on the team. And Pickett being the number 3 quarterback doesn't necessarily mean he's going to be reduced all to practice squad. He could dress. Things can happen. It's possible. But now this comes out today where they put Pickett as number 2 and Rudolph as number 3. And now I'm upset for Rudolph because I'm like, how are you going to do it to this man? Yeah. Is this a public relations stunt? It's terrible what they're doing to the man.
Hold on.
Because he doesn't deserve any of this. He's a human being. He might not be the best quarterback. He might not have been as good as Ben Roethlisberger, but gosh darn it, don't do this to the man. He doesn't deserve to get booed in the preseason for getting his reps. He doesn't deserve to be a part of a public relations and media stunt. I can't. It's just so frustrating. And I'm reporting on facts, and then they're like, whoops, slip out of the way. You know, this is just some sort of experiment to tease the media. Mason Rudolph's got a family.
That's
Or
right.
maybe, I don't know.
Nick, you know what though, and to speak
job,
to your
Nick.
point, I'm not upset with the Steelers for doing this. I'm more upset for the local media for what they've done to
No.
Mason Rudolph for the last 6 months.
I don't think Mason Rudolph. I support Mason Rudolph. I work for one of the local media people. I've supported Mason Rudolph. I said he hasn't gotten the fairest deal, and I even said it yesterday on the air. I said maybe Pittsburgh's not the place for the man anymore. Pittsburgh's not the place for him because he didn't get the best opportunity to succeed in Pittsburgh. So I'm more frustrated with the Steelers than anything. Maybe the media said, and people at the fan have said that he's not the best option, which I still hold true, no matter what Smoking Jim says. He's not the best option, that's fine. But don't tease the man. Don't tease the man on this stage. The Steelers are a popular franchise in the NFL. And look, this is national news. Who screws that up? Nobody screws that up. That's silly. I'm mad for Rudolph.
I'm thinking
mad
pointing
for
the
him.
finger and blame in the wrong direction.
Yeah, here I want to
Who do you
clarify.
want me to blame them?
I want to
Hold on.
clarify.
Who do you want me to blame?
Everybody that's involved.
Well, here's who I blame
I say
for
the
this.
media starts with
So let's blame
one.
every fan. Let's blame every single person that talks on a microphone.
Hold it. I got a
Come on now.
simplification to the whole thing.
Yes.
There's only one man responsible for this. He's been arrogant at the beginning
Yes,
of
sir.
camp.
Preach.
He's continued
Preach.
at camp, and it's Mike Tomlin.
I agree. That's
He's the man that did this
Yes.
because guess who he likes screwing around with, to be polite? You and all the people at the media. Like if he heard what you're saying,
Well, listen-
he would be belly laughing.
yeah. I mean, well, listen.
This is my point to this.
My job in those headlines is to give facts. Like, okay, we're reporting on news. I didn't give my opinion on it. We talked about it as part of the show because our job is to react. Because, like, you know, let's just try to make logical sense of things. I try to make logical sense of it because, like, I understand what you mean. You're saying that this reaction out of me was his intention.
Yes.
I got it. I don't like that though, so I'm gonna say that. I
You're
don't like that. I
You're
don't like that.
supposed to be that way.
All right, cool.
You're allowed to be. That's why you're on the show.
All right, fair enough. But
Like
it's just,
I was a fan of Tomlin the first few years. I'm no longer a fan of his.
I don't think that was fair to Mason Rudolph. So that's my bottom line. I feel bad for Mason Rudolph. That's some nonsense what they did, and now I'm done. Thank you for listening.
Great job, Nick.
And you're allowed to be upset.
He nailed it.
Yeah, he got it. It's all good. And I added who's responsible. The one guy that runs the Steelers for 15 years and mediocrity is good.
We can agree to disagree.
Well, you can pick your little points of the whole thing because the media in Pittsburgh has all these insiders that you've pointed out that don't get these
Insiders
scoops.
are right though. A lot of
How
the
are they?
time.
How are they right
they're not.
recently?
You two said Kenny Pickett
Hey,
was gonna get
my
drafted.
time to talk's almost done. We're going right to On Location. We had a great boxing match with Josh and Nick. Did stuff with the program and cameras that were unbelievable. We were on Pittsburgh Sportsline, BPTV, and YouTube. And it's a shame that you can't get likes anymore, only followers. But the boxing community loved what we did. Smoking Jim and I did double duty, ring announcing and filming on the side at the same table. At the end, somehow Smoking Jim with his brother Walk got into the ring. Jamie Chesney, my BFF, was the presenter of the ABF Cruiserweight Championship,
Yes, sir.
won by
Yes,
Lucas
sir.
Adams, our good personal friend and boxer who we just did boxing with in his Northside Athletic Club. Mike Manna lost. He lost 40 pounds, and he just wasn't the same guy. No excuse. He came in there in great shape and still has a powerful right and left hook. But he got beat by Lucas Adams, who out-jabbed him the whole night. And it was just great. Mike Murray created matches that were great. He's a great matchmaker. Thanks to Jim Frio for having us there. This weekend, we're going to another great boxing trainer, Jack Mook, at North Hills Community Church on 12121 Perry Highway out in the North Hills. We'll be there at 2 o'clock, so check us out there. We're going to try to do another Facebook Live out there with only one camera. and we're going to have some fun. We got other boxing coming up, so stay tuned to Pittsburgh Sportsline. Love all of you watching and your insights. We had a little difficulty, Ralph, with what we were doing. We lost the stream because Facebook changed things, so that's why things were a little disjointed on our show. But again, thanks to all of you. Are we out of time?
We got 2 bonus minutes.
How did we get 2 bonus minutes?
The clock in there is screwed up and Josh was following us. We got 2 bonus minutes. So can I just make a quick point? Is that okay?
Well, as long as you don't get too emotional this time.
All right, I'll take a deep breath.
Because my sleeve is so wet.
I'll take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. All right. The insiders at work, they don't work for us. They work to present news. I think that gets misrepresented a lot with what we do on the radio because we're supposed to react to news, but the reporters are supposed to just report the news, like figure out what's going on. They're not trying to like sway things one way or another. Hey, what's going on? Thanks, Al. So when I say things
I would have done this
like
before.
when I said Kenny Pickett was going to get drafted, that was based off of what I heard from insiders, and then I used my own knowledge and my own reporting of the news to figure out why he was going to get drafted. And these two did not think that that was going to happen. So I don't want to hear anything about like shaming insiders. They don't work for the radio stations. They don't work for anybody specifically, but like newspapers or the insiders that might work for certain entities are only there to report news, and then it's the job of the hosts to react. So to clarify that, that's what it is. All right.
Thank you for the clarification, but I still believe the Pittsburgh media is very naive and they're suck-ups in general to the teams.
And they assume no responsibility for the consequences of their words.
Good point.
That's just not true either, but okay. We're out of time. Okay.
Thank you for watching our show. We appreciate all of you. Thanks for the input. And we'll be back every Tuesday night live on Facebook, no matter what the system is given to us. We'll get things corrected as we find out what we have to do to make up for what they corrected. So have a great night.
Stay Joey strong.
Stay Joey strong. I wasn't sure on the time. I thought I was out of time twice.